Hello again, and welcome to another one of my Adam's Corner videos. I do a podcast, the Adam's Corner podcast. You can find it on Spotify, Apple, all those places where you normally get podcasts. And this, basically once a month, I do a Blu-ray 4K review podcast where I cover all the titles released in a particular month. These videos give you an opportunity to visually see some of the titles I'm talking about, so it's kind of a supplement to the podcast that I do. I've received quite a few titles since the last video that I did about 2 weeks ago. As you can see, there's a lot to cover here. Some of these I've gotten a chance to check out the quality of the discs, and some of them I haven't because it's just a lot all at one time. But nevertheless, I'm going to unbox them, as it were, and let you see what the packaging looks like, and talk about some of the supplements and all that stuff that are on these things. So we'll start with this Paramount release of Galaxy Quest. This is a film that has a pretty big cult following. Of course, it's turning 25, which is hard to believe, and it's kind of a comedy, I guess sci-fi. It's a comedy based on the premise that the cast members from a TV show similar to Star Trek are trying to reunite, and they wind up getting recruited to save the world, right, or save an alien race. Anyway, it's I haven't opened this, just got it right before I did the started here, so just want to give it its due. It's a 4K steelbook, first time ever on 4K, and so what do you get? What do you get, you might ask? Well, you get the slipcase, which is nice there, and then you get there's the back, and here's what the actual you'll get a code, of course, and the 4K disc, and there are a few extras, I believe. I'll tell you right quick what those extras are. I haven't even gotten a chance to really look and find out for myself, but this, as I said, a Paramount release. Originally, this was a DreamWorks release theatrically. And Paramount now owns the DreamWorks titles. Yeah, you get a new filmmaker focus with the director of the film. You get historical documents, the story of Galaxy Quest, a couple of featurettes here about the effects, special effects, and Sigourney Weaver raps and deleted scenes. And so, anyway, if you are a fan of Galaxy Quest, this is coming out. I don't think it's out yet, but it's coming very, very soon. And so, just to let you know that it's out 4K Ultra HD. I haven't gotten a chance, as I said, to actually look at the quality of the picture contained therein, but I hope to very soon, and on my podcast I'll talk about that. So we have here Born on the 4th of July, Oliver Stone's multiple Oscar-winning film. I think he won for Best Director, and I think he won a couple of Oscars. I know he won Best Director. And I'm thinking that it won at least one other. I know Tom Cruise was, I believe, nominated, but he should have won Best Actor. It's a terrific performance. Anyway, I'm going to open this one too. This is a terrific film, and I'm so glad to see it on 4K Ultra HD. I was out of town, so I haven't gotten a chance. It came in while I was out of town. Didn't get a chance to look at the quality, but I'm hearing really good things about this transfer. Born on the 4th of July, Oliver Stone supervised this new transfer. It's presented in Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos, a new audio commentary by the film critic Matt Zoller Seitz, who's previously wrote a book about Oliver Stone where he interviewed him, and the archival audio commentary by Oliver Stone, and there's a new audio commentary, I just mentioned that, the Matt Zoller Seitz, and new interviews with Oliver Stone, special makeup effects artist Gordon Smith, associate producer Clayton Townsend, I'll get it out. And on TV spots, theatrical trailers, Edie Brickell and the New Bohemians video of A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall. There's what you get, folks. Blu-ray and a 4K. This is originally a Universal Picture, and Shout Factory in this case has done the good honors of releasing this on 4K Ultra HD. I am so grateful to have this, along with their releases of JFK and Natural Born Killers last year. If you're an Oliver Stone film fan like I am and was back in the day and still am, this is just a seminal film to have. Another release from Scream Factory and Shout Factory would be Hush, the 2016 film that is directed by Mike Flanagan, and this is actually debuting on physical media for the first time. I think it was a streaming project, and it has a an original. I think there's a new restoration of this film, a new cut of this film. There's 2 cuts of the film, but it's about a deaf writer who retreats into the woods to live a solitary life and must fight for her life in silence when a masked killer appears at her window. So Hush is a, this is a film that I know there are a lot of fans of it. And, it's good to have some of these streaming films being issued on physical media. Moving along, we come to North by Northwest. This is a trio, part of a trio of new releases from Warner Brothers Home Entertainment. This is the first time in 4K Ultra HD for this Alfred Hitchcock classic. And as you can see, there's a slipcase here. This is again, it's getting really good reviews on the transfer. I hear that it's really good things on this. I just was bombarded with so many titles I didn't get a chance to actually look at it for myself. But the word on the street is very, very good, and the price point is not bad. It's about $30, I think, for a new copy for a copy of this. So you get the code and you get the 4K disc. No extra Blu-ray included in this, just the code and the 4K disc. But you get there are a couple extras that are on the previous Blu-ray that are missing here. That's the main thing to talk about. So you might want to hold on to your old Blu-ray if you've got it. But North by Northwest, this is being issued for the first time on 4K Ultra HD, and it is one of Hitchcock's better films, best films, I would say. So The Terminator. This is another much anticipated release. The original Terminator from 1984, turning 40 this year. The thing about The Terminator is that this is another one of the James Cameron titles that has been issued for the first time in 4K, and there's a lot of controversy on what he's doing with his 4K releases. He's doing a lot of AI enhancements and all of that stuff with these transfers. I hear this one actually, though, is better than True Lies, which had a little bit of a waxy look, and Aliens that came out earlier this year. Those had kind of a waxy look at times. And I hear that they've kind of refined that process, and this one looks probably the best of any of the James Cameron titles that have seen the light of day yet. But you get basically not much in the way of extras, as you can see. There's just one disc there, the 4K disc. You get basically creating the Terminator visual effects and music, the Terminator Closer to the Real Thing, Unstoppable Force, Legacy of the Terminator, and 7 deleted scenes. That's it for the extras, but this does have a Dolby Atmos 7.1 surround sound soundtrack. And the film's original mono audio, which has, I don't think, been ever issued on any of the previous releases. So The Terminator getting a 40th anniversary 4K Ultra HD upgrade, as this next title is getting a 50th anniversary 4K upgrade. And this also getting very good reviews in terms of the picture quality. And that would be Blazing Saddles, a Mel Brooks classic Western parody that is often duplicated but not never replicated. And so you get again the digital code and the 4K disc, and this is it contains the extras that you got on the previous release, the 40th anniversary release of the disc from 10 years ago. Blu-ray, which was a good transfer, by the way. There's some, all of those have been carried over, but not really anything new. But the 4K Ultra HD transfer of this classic comedy, one of the greats of all time, certainly would make it worth seeing, I would think. So another extra interesting documentary that's out now we're getting into the Kino Lorber releases now. Kino Lorber has released a documentary called Daytime Revolution, which is about John Lennon and the week that he and Yoko Ono took over the Mike Douglas TV show in the early 70s, 1972 to be specific. This includes a restoration demonstration, theatrical trailer, uncut musical performances. It's getting really good word of mouth, this documentary. Again, I have not gotten around to seeing it, but it's at the top of my list because I'm a huge fan of John Lennon and the Beatles, and so this looks like something right up my alley. So Daytime Revolution is a new documentary from Kino Lorber Kino Lorber releasing, not the studio classics, just Kino Lorber. So next we have here The Hunted, and this is Tommy Lee Jones, and this is actually one of two titles that we've got here from William Friedkin that have been released by the label. The Hunted was during the William Friedkin years when he was his wife was in charge at Paramount, and so she threw him a couple of jobs here and there, and this was one of them. It's Tommy Lee Jones and Benicio del Toro, and they are well, I'm not sure exactly what the plot is because I never got around to seeing it, so I'm not even going to try to recap. But I will say that this is a film that I remember when it came out. And anyway, Kino Lorber Studio Classics doing the Blu-ray and 4K discs included. So yeah, you get, in terms of the extras, you get audio commentary by the late William Friedkin for featurettes on the making of The Hunted, deleted scenes. Yeah, it's great to see William Friedkin's film catalog being issued on 4K Ultra HD. And another one of his films that is also getting the 4K Ultra HD treatment is this next title. And this was based on the Tracy Letts play Bug. This was a title that was announced while Friedkin was still alive, and he never signed off on it. They couldn't get him to approve the transfer of the film, so they just kind of canceled the release plans. And then he, unfortunately, passed away in August of last year, and then they were able to get this out. This has an audio commentary by Friedkin, of course, discussion with William Friedkin, and Bug, an introduction featurette. It's an exercise in paranoia is about the best way to describe the film. It's an interesting, like I said, based on a Tracy Letts play with you've got in this, I can't remember who all's in it, Michael Shannon, Lynn Collins, of course Ashley Judd. It's a very interesting film, and it's again good to see these later William Friedkin films getting the 4K Ultra HD treatment. And then we have a release from this is from Severin Films, which is a new film called Scala. The Scala had magic. It was like joining a club, a very secret club, like a biker gang or something. It's like they were a country club for criminals and lunatics and people that were high, which is a good way to see movies. That's the quote from John Waters on the back of this. It's a documentary about a repertory theater in London called the Scala. And it's billed as the incredibly strange rise and fall of the world's wildest cinema and how it influenced a mixed up generation of weirdos and misfits. So Scala is a new release from Severin Films. They're doing such a great job with their titles here, and this is a handsome slipcase. I'm going to try to get this open right quick where we can I can let you see it, get a better look at the package here. I just got this in the mail today, and let's see here. But this has tons of short films, bonus material, a lot of the short films that were shown at the Scala, a lot of just interesting, yeah, there we go. Oh, let's see, here we go. This is a really hard case that you get the film in, and as I said, multiple discs here of bonus material, copious amounts. So, yeah, it's a film by Jane Giles and Ali Catterall. So, the Scala... yeah, this is a new Severin Films release, getting a 4-star review from The Guardian, a richly enjoyable documentary and riotous tribute to an icon of independent cinema. So this is a Blu-ray release, not a 4K release, just to be clear. And then last but not least, we have another Severin Films release entitled Hard Wood, and that cover there is very interesting, that cover art. What it is, of course, Ed Wood is known as one of the infamous worst filmmakers of all time, and in the late 1970s or mid to late 1970s he was really on hard times, so he started making porno films as a way to support himself. So you get 3 Ed Wood 70s adult films plus a Wood scripted bonus movie and 7 hours of special features on this. The actual films included are Necromania, The Only House in Town, and The Young Marrieds. And disc 3 includes the Shotgun Wedding, and it also includes the Incredibly Strange Film Show Season 2 episode documentary on Ed Wood as well. And you got Dana Gould and Bobcat Goldthwait talking about Ed Wood's Twilight era, the mad genius of Ed Wood. A Brief Encounter with Ed is an interview with filmmaker Fred Olen Ray on his ill-fated Wood collaboration. And so, yeah, this is very interesting here to have all these adult features from Ed Wood being issued by Severin Films. So anyway, that kind of wraps up what some of the newer releases that I've gotten. These are all, if they haven't been released yet, they'll be out in the next several weeks. I'd just like to keep my listeners and viewers abreast of what's going on. No pun intended there. Thanks again for watching my videos, and I'd love to hear your comments and thoughts. Just feel free to drop a comment and or subscribe if you feel inclined, and I would really appreciate it. Until the next time, keep those discs spinning.